Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Secure Private Data's channel with encrypted Swiss-hosted email, VPN, and instant messaging. Joining us to give us a high-level overview of the company today, we have Elaine, the Chief Executive Officer, joining us as always. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
It was a pleasure to get you on. So I'm going to hand this over to you to just kind of walk us through the investor deck and yeah, just take us through it.
Sure. So essentially, Sekur is a privacy communication platform. Our slogan is "Privacy has arrived." We offer several solutions for email, messaging, and other communication tool. We have a global presence. The data is stored in Switzerland. That's the origin of the company. And we're also based in US, Canada, Mexico, and we have partnerships in Middle East and South Asia as well. So we say that data privacy is about keeping your info from being sold or shared, while data protection focuses on keeping that info from being stolen from malicious actors. And we do both because we don't data mine anything. And as we explained in our deck, you'll see. So we have our main solution, the Secure Mail, Secure Messenger, and Secure VPN that have been launched already. These are for consumer all the way to enterprises. We're launching our enterprise solution with a few more features in December. So that's very soon. And we're launching actually another new little tool that would be it's called a secure email relay. It's essentially a way for C-level executives to use the secure platform while using their domain. It's called an inbound relay email. And that's kind of a unique feature because a lot of large companies want to use our solution, but then you'll have the IT department that will resist a migration of hundreds or thousands of users. And they also like to have their little Microsoft Outlook feel and all that. So here we can have the management level being protected with our solution while maintaining the same domain as everybody else. That's a huge thing. We have our voice and video communication platform launching in Q1 of next year. That's going to be big, and it's basically going to be what we call the Secure Pro. So you'll have encrypted video conferencing, voice, email messaging, and of course, VPN. We have a couple other products as well in the plan, Secure Web for 2025 or later. That's probably going to be our web browser, full privacy browser, no ad, nothing of that sort. It'll be free for anybody that has a secure solution. And Secure Suite is an existing solution we use. It's a combo between password manager, file share, and data backup system. So privacy and security landscape is quite big. Anybody that wants to see this deck can go to secureprivatedata.com on the investor section, and you can download the corporate brochure. Essentially, the point of this slide is to show you that 91% of all hacks start with email. And that means that hackers will start to spy on your communication, collect information to basically hit you when it hurts the most or where they can make the most money down the road without your knowledge. That happens a lot. And that's where BEC, business email compromise, comes. If you want to know what BEC is, we're uploading a lot of videos on our shows on Fox Business and Bloomberg. We talk about business email compromise. There's articles about the company on how we can prevent that. So there's a lot more info if you kind of do a little bit of digging. This is a $2 trillion industry, an opportunity for cybersecurity. Now you'll see there's all sorts of sector in cybersecurity. You've got data protection. The current penetration is only 30%, and the market is 100 billion. You have email security, which is where we are, in awareness and cloud security. So there's only been a 10 to 15% penetration so far. So we still have a lot more to go and so forth. So that's one thing. On the market opportunity in the US alone, we are US focused heavily because 95% of our sales come from the US so far. You have 70 million addressable market for consumer, and those are privacy conscious, people that are looking for another solution besides the big 2 or 3 solutions out there and the WhatsApp and all these other free applications that get hacked and data mine you and data mine your address book and so forth. So that's a big market. And then you have about 30 million small businesses. Those guys get hurt the most because when they get hacked, they don't have the tools and the finances to recoup the damage. They don't have money for big IT departments either. So they suffer the most. That's a big market. It's growing like crazy. Something to note, the data privacy business for software is growing from about 2.3 billion last year. It's growing 10x, actually 12x by 2029 to 26 billion US dollar. That's a big jump, considering that it was less than 1/10 of that 7 years earlier than 2029. So privacy is becoming a big issue. Few people can offer it because the big tech companies, their business is basically to data mine you and make money from your data and sell big data. So privacy is none of their concern. I should mention here that the average revenue per user, not per customer, per user is around $9 US. Per customer is a bit higher, and that's for consumers. For businesses, it's jumping probably 50% to 100% higher, depending on the solutions they buy. We offer privacy and security combined. We have proprietary technology. Our Helix is our transfer technology for connecting to our Swiss server. Our virtual vault is how we store your data, which is very unique because it's individually stored as opposed to stored in a big database. So each person is protected at multiple levels. And we only comply with the Swiss data privacy laws because we have our own infrastructure and we're not subject to the Cloud Act. So we don't use Amazon or third-party cloud or Google Cloud and so forth, or Microsoft Cloud. Essentially here is just a little something. A couple of years ago, there were 44 million Microsoft Office users that had the same username and password. And that was a glitch, obviously. But that's because when they do these upgrades, sometimes it happens and it hasn't been caught for a year. And it was somebody in India that caught it. So you can imagine for a whole year, they had access to 44 million people and their data. And that's why companies are going to smaller players like us, where you have a higher quality and more attention paid to your data and your privacy and your security. And that's a trend that we're starting to see. Now, this is our encryption kind of little tidbit slide. The concept is when you use Sekur, you always transact within our servers in Switzerland. In other words, we don't use PGP or other technologies to transfer a key over the net to somebody else. That kind of technology gets intercepted. We call that man-in-the-middle attack. I was in Florida for 10 days and met a lot of very savvy investors and tech people, and they totally got it. And they were actually very impressed with our technology and our product. So it yielding actually some partnerships we're signing. So the Helix is essentially if I'm insecure and you're not a secure user, I basically start to send you a notification via email. If I use Secure Send, we can send an email to any user. And that user will get a notification to click and to basically view the email and reply back to us within the Swiss server. So that guarantees privacy round trip. For businesses, it's great because you can transact with your customers even if they don't have Secure. And the same is said with our messaging application, which does not require your phone number, and you can basically chat with someone that doesn't have Secure. It's pretty unique. If you want to know more, you should go to sekur.com and check on help, and you'll see our video tutorials, and it'll show you how the whole system works. The business verticals are plentiful. Obviously, legal. Not too long ago, a woman sued her lawyer because this woman wired 750,000 US dollars to the wrong account for buying a condo, and that email with instructions came from her lawyer. That's exactly what we mean by BEC, or business email compromise. So obviously the legal industry, the financial industry has been slapped with about $2.5 billion of fines because their employees are using WhatsApp and Signal and completely unsecured chat systems. So there's definitely repercussions to that. We have all sorts of industries. Real estate is one, but that's part of, I guess, financial industry, service industry, government, etc. The unique proposition is we comply with the FADP laws in Switzerland only. We're not subject to Patriot Act, Cloud Act, and so forth. Because we use our own infrastructure, we use the industry's highest encryption standards, and we do wrappers, what we call wrappers, around it with our own encryption on top of it. We own our infrastructure 100%, and we're rich in feature and scalability. And we can serve consumers all the way to enterprises, and we're fairly affordable as well. This is kind of our roadmap that we did this year. So we started a digital marketing campaign. I think we should spend some time there. We reduced our digital cost of acquisition for a customer from $400 down to $25 US. The consumer would pay us about $150 to $200 a year. A small business would be about 5-10 times that. So we've done tremendous progress. This year we focus heavily on the CAC, the customer acquisition cost, and we brought it down to around $25. We have an agency that does our search engine optimization, and we have another one that does the pure ad on Meta and Google. We launched our VPN, which is actually, more than half of new customers buy the VPN on its own or in a bundle. That's a popular product. We expanded our feature. We're launching new feature and much faster Messenger and mail in December. In Q4, we're on track to launch our enterprise solution. This week, we're launching our BEC protection with our Sekur Relay platform. We're launching a B2B platform in probably end of the year. January will be finished with Ingram Micro. That's the largest wholesaler of software and hardware in the globe, with $70 billion US in sales. And in that platform, we'll be able to essentially accept anybody, all these managed service providers, to resell Sekur and be automatically paid their commissions and so forth. So it's a great platform to be integrated with. We plan to target about 50,000 MSPs in 2024 all over, small, medium companies. And then next year, we're on track to do Secure Voice and Secure Pro, which is the first global data mining free encrypted voice and video conference call. And that should be done by the end of Q1. Zoom has an interesting terms of use where I think it's item 10, where if you use Zoom, you basically give complete right to your content. That means the conference and all that belongs to them, and they can modify the content and reshare it and do whatever they want with it. And essentially they own not only what you said, but they can also modify what you said, and that's in their terms. That's scaring a lot of people. Our Secure Pro will be geared for executives and C-level type. And I think we're going to charge about $50 a month US for it. So I think that summarizes everything. We're wrapping up the year with a couple of partnerships. We signed one in the Middle East, I think a week or so ago. And we're definitely preparing for the enterprise rollout that will be ready to push. We have a partnership with América Móvil in Mexico, a global partnership. This is the 7th largest telecom in the world. And they're ready pretty much to roll out enterprise from January onward once we launch. They have about 4 million businesses in Mexico alone and about 275 million subscribers in Latin America. So that's going to be a big push. And we're discussing with other enterprise level partners as well. Hopefully that summarized everything. You can, if you go to the rest of the deck, you can kind of see more a little bit about the capital structure. We have no debt and no convertible equity, and we're trading in the US under Swiss F, in Canada under SKUR, and in Frankfurt. So hopefully this was of use to everyone. This is our disclaimer page as well that you should read when you're looking at this document. Thank you.
On that note, I'll pass the question off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and consider subscribing, because as news and catalysts come into play, of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.